Okay, Monday morning in the kingdom, and there's a slight rain. Yes, it's not forecasted. It was supposed to be nice and day today. We made plans. See the plans? We planned for a busy day, but it appears to be raining. Yes, the weather station or weather network or the weatherman lies all the time, like my ex-wife. All right, we woke up to plus 13, but feels like plus 12. Oh, that is not AI generated. All right, that on the yo-yo scale, plus 55 Fahrenheit, but feels like plus 54. Yes, today we're going to clean the dog pens, but it's raining, so that means wet poop versus dry poop. No. All right, we're going to fix the back of the shop wall. Yes, but it's raining, so that's not going to happen. And we have to take a picture of the hydrometer today to tell them that they're guesstimating on how much power we use. They're sending us bills. Well, guess what? You're guessing. We have no power. So that $1,500 hydro bill, hello. So we take a picture of the meter, send it off to them, and then they begin arguing. Yes, that I used all that power. How could I use the power when we had no power? Yes. All right. And coffee, and also too, it's very good that everybody interacted in the comments and we learned about coffee. Coffee is pricey everywhere. There's a big price increase. Most likely the corporations are making huge profits off the coffee and blaming everyone else. Yes. Oh, the voice. Oh, it's a good thing I'm not an actor on Ice Road Truckers. Yes, I'd be coughing the whole time. Yes, I had, 15 seconds of fame. All right, let's scroll this way so we can see the rain over here. Yes. And then we'll scroll a bit more. I went too fast. Even I got dizzy. I might have to have a cough for that. Yes. All right. There we go. That's raining. I don't know what we're going to do. This is a shocker. I should have maybe looked out the window to see it rain instead of keep making plans. But oh well. It's supposed to rain on Wednesday. The rainy season will come back for us. And then the rainy season turns into snow. Yes, that's normal. But at least there's no fire and we can breathe the air. All right, one full rotation and no cough. Let's have a drink. Yes, let's have a drink. All right, I better go. Here comes the boss.
Monday morning in WHO-ville, it's just after 9 a.m. and as you can see, it's pretty wet out here right now. It's actually raining off into the distance and it's starting to mist here. It's been raining on and off most of the morning. I was supposed to head to the kingdom at 10 a.m. and give my dad a hand, but it looks like plans have changed, so let's head inside and let the dogs out and make breakfast and do some laundry. 10:30 and it's still trying to rain here in WHO-ville. You can't really see it on the camera, but it's a light rain, just enough to make everything wet, so I don't think we'll be doing much in the kingdom. Plus the sandflies are starting to come out. You can actually see my puddle in front of the house here is coming back, so we have gotten a little bit of rain. Looks like it's also raining pretty good off into the distance. Now let's head inside and wait for lunch.
Okay, 10:30 in the kingdom, and I spent, an hour and a half arguing or sending emails back and forth with the hydro company. All of a sudden, now you don't send a picture of your hydrometer. Now there's a new website where you just go there and you type in the information from your hydrometer. Well, why don't you tell us that in the first place? It was so much easier than taking a picture, all that crap. So there we go. We sent it off. So that was an hour and a half. Well, wasted, just like my honeymoon. So now we wait for the hydro company to assess and reevaluate. And then they'll say, oh, you read the meter correctly and increase the hydro bill because I read it wrong. Yes, I'm dyslexic when I'm sober, I think. All right. So no idea what we're going to do. Look at the skies. Yes, we figured it was just a morning drizzle, morning rain or something like that. It would clear off and we can clean the dog pens. No. So I think we're going to have to hide it in the shop. I've canceled the staff. She's at her house organizing because I think we're unpacking. But all we did when we unpacked was dump everything in the house. And we wait for a rain day, the colder weather, because we have things to do. So I think we'll be working in the shop. There's so much to do. The boss is an asshole. The never-ending list. It's like a marriage honey-do list. Honey do this, honey do that. Oh my. Okay, to make the boss happy, I'm cleaning off the workbench. And also too, at my age, we have to mark on everything. So these were fairly new thermostats, I think brand new in Lynn number 2. I know that one was new. So I wrote on the bag, yes, we're recycling bags. So we write on the bag 195 and it's good because if I toss it into the parts trader number 7 and then I'm in there in the dark without the proper glasses, I won't be able to read that. Yes, I have to take a picture of it on my me phone and then, how would you say, enlarge it. That's the joys of the old being an old guy. Back in the day, you'd have to take a Polaroid and then, how would you say, wait for it to develop and then take a look at it. Oh my. Let's continue the quest. Okay, now I'm outside to confirm it's still a drizzly rain. Sure, I'm glad we're not cleaning the dog pens today. And we got the home fires going in the stove to burn up those rags and everything. Because the town of WHO-ville doesn't pick up the garbage here. And we pay for taxes, we pay for this, we pay for that. They do nothing. Nobody cares. Alright, so a quick recap. This is the D69U, known as Rollerless. He's a true winter freighter. He has how would you say, the ice cleats on, or high heels as we call them. And the holes in the pad, so that makes them a true winter freighting. Those ones on the outside, plus somebody who did some booger welds with some stainless steel so they last longer, and the fact that he has the snow sprockets. We'll get down there in a minute. So this cat came from Ilford in 2003 with no motor in it, because the motor was in the shop and the transmission was in the shop. This transmission had a hole in the side, and the motor we thought was good, so we put it in, and then we took out a rod bearing, just a minor detail. We had it running for about an hour, and that was about it. It had a knock as if Woody Woodpecker was in there wanting to come out, and then he was really pounding. Alright, so here's the fact it has no top rollers, because they just, how would you say, jam up in the ice, so they have a wooden block in there. And over here, this is your snow sprockets, or better known as skeleton sprockets, because this lets the snow come out, because snow will pack in there. Alright, so last year we flipped it over. Yes, we waited, what, 21 years and flipped it over, because it's got the name Rollerless, because it had no rollers. So we figured that they broke every bolt, taking the rollers out to put in another cat, because at the end of the world you have to keep going, but there's only one. I marked it over there with the yellow paint pen. And in May we ordered from Sir Rodney. Okay, there's a Colbart, whatever. My English isn't very good. Alright, so we're going to drill the center hole at 1/4 inch. And then we're going to drill a 7/16, and then we can tap out the hole. In theory, because Caterpillar used grade 8 bolts, or really good bolts on these track frames. We knew that. That's why we flipped this thing upside down, so we could work on it. So all we have to do is lift the track up, and then we can, how would you say, work on it. And then also too, we can put the rollers in this way too, and then flip it back over. And the rollers are over in trailer number 3 over there in a tub to go in the shop to be fixed up, and how would you say, pick the best ones in the winter to we can install. So we hopefully get this done. So each year we're getting something. So I marked on this so drunk me or in a hurry me doesn't grab these and use them for drilling sheet metal, tin, or aluminum. Yes, we have to keep these set aside because they're of importance, and I think they were expensive. I never looked. Oh well. Okay, the wood stove's putting out some nice heat because it's all the cardboard and stuff from the shop. Ooh, it feels so good. Plus we're drying the KO letters up there because we paint the, well, we splashed the paint on, so it takes a couple months to dry. Alright, so we need to move the 38 GMC over there, the service truck. But safety first. Yes, that's what we tell the boss when he wants us to do something, how would you say, ludicrous. Alright, so over here, we got the ProPoint 38 Plus set up. The plasma cutter from Princess Auto. No, I'm not paid to say that. They'll probably send me a letter telling me not to say it. Alright, so there's the floorboards from the 38 GMC. The master cylinder thing was not aligned, okay? So we cut the hole out with the plasma cutter, and then we put the piece in here. I don't know, it's kind of warm. All right, so it's kind of funny. I'm complaining about using this one here, the Hobart Handler 100 that I purchased at Princess Auto. We have the flux core wire in it because it's been sitting all summer, not being really used. So the wire, as you say, gets a little layer of rust on it. So back in the day, Dad was doing all this with oxyacetylene welding, and he would send me to the house to get the coat hangers. Yes, the coat hangers. So when he was doing a puddle, and you're watching as a young kid with the goggles on, yes, the green goggles. Oh, I don't know, I'm colorblind. So you'd see this, how would you say, the puddle floating along, and a little, how would you say, debris field or some scum floating on top, because that's the impurities of the coat hanger. So Dad did all this welding and stuff like that, and it survived this long, okay? Because these floorboards are hard to get in and out. You have the shifter, the transmission right here, and the park brake right here. So the battery used to be under here, and that was a real pain in the ass. All right, so I remember my dad putting these screws in. They're screwed into the rubber. They're not screwed into a nut or anything like that. And look at that. So that'll be the square-headed. Oh, totally unprepared for this video, like my honeymoon. Oh, that was the new bride. All right, so you put that in there. That's a Robinson square head. Fits in that. So that means you're 100% Canadian, if you have this. Okay, lunchtime in the kingdom and it's still drizzling out here, but that's okay. We have little things to do. Yes, we have little things to do. Little things add up to be big projects in the end. Yes. There we go. For the first time in 50 years, or probably 70 years, the master cylinder access hole is in relationship to the floorboards. Yes, for the first time ever. All right, very pleased, very pleased. Let's go burn some lunch in the microwave.
1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch and I fed the dogs. I just had my leftover plate of chicken from last night. It is still trying to rain out here right now, so we're not going to do anything in the kingdom today. At 3 p.m. I'll head up and do the mail, then go over to the kingdom and drop it off.
Okay, to amuse myself while I'm waiting for the rains to stop or the drizzle, I'm cleaning off the shop floor because we needed some wire quickly. So we came in and dumped everything out. So I decided we'd organize everything. Yes, so the colorblind guy put all the color wires in that tote because we don't need them, or I won't need them. And then this is the wire groups. This is that gray stuff or black stuff with the wire groups. And then for some reason, we have lots of short 14 gauge. Oh, not 14 inches. 14 gauge wire. So it's in the tote and in the bags. Got the 10 G's. Yes, 10 G's. Oh, 10 grand. That would be nice. All right, let's continue the quest of cleaning up the shop. Then we're good for production. Okay, the next thing to do was to put the electrical plugs back on the cords, except we don't have two good ones for in there. So these are the cords to make the plasma cutter reach where we need to go, or the AC/DC buzz box. So this is all we can do because we wired these in solid or whatever with barrettes or murettes or whatever the brass things, or the lugs as they say. Also too, look at this pretty rock. Yes, it's a drill core sample. Look at all that shiny stuff. Yes, look at that shiny stuff. Oh well, it's nice and shiny, but there's not enough here to go mining. It's all for the stock, pump and dump. I don't know what colors they are because I'm colorblind, but it looks pretty to me.
2:30 and I just got the quad out, and I'll head up and check the mail, then go over to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to today. Made it to the kingdom. There was a small little package in the mail. Thank you, Vern and Jennifer, for the flag. It's greatly appreciated. We'll have to hang this one up. It is very beautiful. I like the flower. Look at that. Thank you guys again so much. It took a while to get here, but we finally got it. Now let's head out to the shop and see what my dad's doing. Down at the shop, and it looks like my dad is putting his lights back up. He had these in the house when the power was out because they are plug-in, so it was easy for him to have on the power source and inverter. He's just getting everything organized today because it is a rain day. Got all the lights hooked up, and yes, all of them are working after my dad put them back together, so that is good. Now he has lights in the attachment here. He also has the wood stove going right now too. It's nice and warm in the shop. Well, I'm done in the kingdom, so I'll head back into WHO-ville and let the dogs out. Ash has been sitting here on top of the doghouse enjoying the rain, and Rogue and Iris are behind me sitting in the dog pen as well.
Okay, after coffee in the kingdom, it is a Monday. I didn't open the back gate because in case somebody come to visit us, maybe read the hydrometer. Yeah, right, they do that once a year. All right, look at the flags. They're not bad of shape. Okay, so I'm under here. We got still a rainy, drizzly day. Plus Wednesday they're forecasting rain, so it looks like we have shop week. Yes, shop week. So who said tomorrow's going to be nice? All right, so I took the flywheel drum, no, the park brake drum, which goes onto the drives here. I took it off. We had it apart. Everything is ready for the new seals, but I need that drum. Yes, let's do the walk and talk. Okay, so the reason why I need that drum is I got to make the park brake work. Yes, that grader has to have park brakes, because if not, it's going to roll away. Everybody says, well, just drop the blade. Well, it's a mechanically driven blade, not like a hydraulic machine where you could drop the blade. That motor has to be running and screaming for that blade to go down on the ground to stop you. All right, so here we go. We have the parts here. We laid them out. These are 12-inch shoes. That's the backing plate that was going with that drum. So when we got the grader, we stole the grader. there was nothing in here, just a worn out master wheel cylinder, but the drum shoes were gone unless the thing was dragging or somebody took it apart to get new ones and never got around to it. And here's the 13-inch Chevy brake shoes. So we're going to try and incorporate everything to make it work. Yes, make it work. We're going to perform magic as we burp away. Oh, those peanuts were good at coffee time.
5 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to make supper. I'll be having a hot chicken sandwich with the leftover chicken and gravy from last night. And I also have potatoes and carrots. I'm going to heat those up as well. As you can see, the ground is starting to dry up. The rain finally stopped. Hopefully tomorrow it's nice and dry so we can do some stuff in the kingdom. Now let's head inside, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, 5 o'clock in the kingdom. When I go outside, it spits rain. When I come back inside, it quits raining. And then when I go back outside, it spits rain. Spits rain. Oh, these lips don't work. All right, let's see what we're doing here. We're going to have to work some overtime. The boss isn't going to be too happy. But to get we took the brake drum off. Okay, so we have the brake drum here. All right, so this pushes up against here like that. See how it kind of fits in there nicely? And look at the O-ring in there. This one here, you can actually see the flat spot. 60, 70 years of spinning around and around. Oh, I'm hooked. Yes, all right. So this is the housing that bolts onto the transmission or differential or whatever, that shaft that comes out that we put this on for the park brake. Yes. So it's right here. This is in here. Okay. But kind of like this sort of thing. Oh, got it backwards, Les Nessman. All right. I have no talent today. So this goes in here, and that pushes up against the bearing on the transmission. So we have to have seals in here. Okay, so there was one big ugly seal in there. All right, so what we do, look at that. We have two, and we marked them. Look at that. So we have a groove. That's if we put one seal, but we put two seals, we missed the groove. We learned that on the TD6s and TD9s. The steering clutch housing there has the seals that keep the oil into the differential. They want lots of money for one big seal, but you buy two seals and you stick them in and it misses the boogerness or the roughness. Okay, so I gotta work late, get this back onto the grader because I made my own gaskets, yes. And I didn't hit my fingers either. So get these seals in. They gotta go in this way to keep the oil in and packed with grease. Lots of grease, just like this O-ring in here has to go together onto the shaft with lots of grease. Yes. All right, let's get to work. We got to get this project done. Lollygagged all day. Come 5 o'clock, we got a project. Okay, I took my time and got the seals down there. It's a long way down, just like in that movie, that film, Silence of the Lambs. As the guy's looking way down, put the lotion on or you get the hose. So to get the seals down, I used my hammer stick. Yeah. Tap, 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 and it works. So now you pack it right full of grease. Lots of grease on that, and lots of grease everywhere, and we can have assembly. So let's go put it together. We got that ready to go. We got the gasket. We can't find the piece for over here, but that's not important. We can't put the drum on until we get this stuff going here. All right, but I think maybe the piece we need for here, it's not a cover. That is the backing plate right there. And this in here will seal it up pretty close to keep the dirt out, in theory. That's my thinking. But I'll check my pictures from 2017, almost 10 years ago when I took it apart. It's a good thing I have my pictures for my memory. Okay, it looks like the sun's coming out because I was out here. It was trying to spit rain. And I'm trying to get this cover plate on or whatever, the seal housing. And then I duct taped it and everything with the plastic because those are gifted seals. It took me almost a year to install them. And this was almost a 10-year project. So you never know when I'm going to get the, the park brake drum on to seal it up even better. All right, let's go in the shop. Okay, in the shop, and we're going to require some thought tonight. We might have to consult with Jack Daniels. Oh, wait, we have to remain sober. So I was working away and the lever fell off the ratchet. So I guess it's a one direction ratchet now, only going forward, not backing up. All right, so here we got this. I made a gasket that fits on, so that's what reason what that housing was for, so it's good to go. All right, how else are you going to get the brake backing plate to stay on? All right, so here's the new shoes that we're going to make fit. Also too, notice the difference. They come wrapped in a package. Shoes here, shoes up there. So somebody figured out why line the whole shoe when only certain parts of it are being used. All right, so according to Sesame Street, we'll go over here. So when you pull the park brake cable right here, this goes this way, pushes that way, pivots here, pushes that way. So this will touch first, this will touch first. Okay, that's my thought right now. But after a couple of beverages, I might have a different idea. So I think that might work. I can change these around. Put this one on here, okay, and how would you say, have it up there, or I can send this the extra set here down to Sir Rodney, and he can line it the full amount. Okay, I think that would make more sense, and then we can always upgrade, because if we smoke out the brakes on this way here, then we know we have a problem. So if we go in for maximum amount of shoes like they did in the old days, because you can see the rivets and everything here. It's just somebody management to figure it out. If you say, what, 2 inches, 2 inches, that's 4 inches of, you know, so that's 8 inches on a set of brake shoes, eh? All right, so thought will be required. I think we'll go this route here, because it's going to be the park brake doing the holding of the machine, or if the brakes fail, we're going for a ride. Overdrive, whatever they call that, where you're free folding down the hill. These brakes will be smoking, but at least we'll have some braking. All right, let's go check on the flags. I think we're done for the day. Okay, 6 o'clock, we're done for the day. Oh, those ramps look good. Look at the flags. There's not a breeze or anything. Oh, man, the sandflies must be bad. They'll be bad when we're in the bush walking the dogs. Look at that sunshine. Yes, quitting time and it's sunshine. All right, let's go walk the dogs. Oh, me. Drink some Kool-Aid, make a video, and relax. And we'll talk to you later.